Alright. We'll send him to the line
All
for
right.
race one. Alright, who's your pick? Who you got the pick for the win tonight?
Oh
In
man,
58, Motor 1.
I haven't had a chance to follow these guys like I want to, unfortunately. But
Uh,
if I had to go
Still
for
good
something,
skill.
let's see. We got Brock, we got Ezra. I like Ezra's bike, honestly, and his gear. I'm going for
I got a
Ezra.
feeling the top three, I see the top three tonight with being Ezra, Hypes, and Switch. That's
Okay.
what I'm calling for the top three tonight.
See, I've raced with Switch before. I've seen him in a couple of lobbies. He's pretty good. I'll go Ezra. I'll go Switch. I'm going with TJ. TJ is going to be that underdog for us. We'll follow Ezra out of the gate. And Doggo with the hole shot. Oh, and he dies. Ezra out on the lead.
Ezra out
Come,
front, eh?
yeah, coming into the Ten Commandments, and he's sending it.
He's looking good. He's pulling a gap early on. If anybody wants to beat Ezra, they're gonna have to make a charge now because he's on a move.
He is, and it's. I don't know that anything's gonna stop him here. He's sending it over that triple. Wow, look like Ronnie Mack going through that. Ezra out front, Curvy behind, in a battle with Brock right now. Let's follow this battle for a minute right here. Curvy, Brock, and TJ battle for second place coming through. Going through the sand section, Ezra already with a 2-second lead. We haven't even made a full lap yet. And Curvy coming in, he's kind of closing it up, but he's got Brock barking right on his back door right now. Let's go back to that automatic camera view.
Alright, so it looks like coming around after a good lap. Ezra's starting to get a decent lead. But saying that though, Curvy and Brock keeping him honest.
And actually, TJ was in the mix with Curvy and Brock, and it looks like he's fallen back. I don't know if he had issues or what happened there, but that was a good three-way battle for second place.
One of the guys we're talking about who we thought would be a good podium contender, Switch, is just outside the top five. He's only just behind Liam. Let's see how much longer. Oh, there you go. TJ's gone down and Switch makes the pass up in the fifth and he's on a charge, getting ready to make the pass the fourth as well. Our top three are starting to pull away though. Ezra's got a nice 4-second lead and Hervey and Brock are starting to put a gap on the rest of the field now.
See, we can't find a battle going on here. It looks like Switch is catching up to Lamp. It looked like it might just be
Yeah,
cuts on here.
like to see if Switch can get into fourth and then start them out to charge. And I'd love to see if he'd be able to make a shot and get on the podium.
And I was just about to say, too, Hypes and
Oh,
Pluto looked
Ezra
like they were
goes
getting
down
into
in
it.
the sand.
Oh, Ezra went
Ezra
down.
dropped in the sand. He taps the front in the sand.
Can Curvy catch up? That's going to be the question here.
Kirby is on the back of Ezra. We'll see what Kirby can do about it. Switch is also into fourth. He's just behind that battle. He's right there with Brock. And other than that, they've put a good gap. They've got a good 7 seconds from Switch back to TJ. Also, another person to watch is Hypes. He's on the move. in 6 right now. About to pass TJ to put her in the top 5. Oh,
Oh,
Ezra goes
Ezra's
down in
going down
compartment.
through the
We've got a
10
new leader.
Commandments.
We've got a
Kirby
new
taking
leader.
off.
Kirby. Kirby is the new leader. And Switch is right there. Switch is the man to watch right now. He's on a move.
And now Ezra and Brock getting into it in a battle back here for second place. This is going to be a battle of consistency here. The rider that makes the least mistakes is going to be the one that walks away with the W tonight. This track is a lot more technical than it looks. The braking bumps in here, it looks smooth, but it is rough.
Brock is on it right now. That pass on Ezra, he's making a charge for Kirby. Can Kirby withstand the solid charge that Brock is giving? And Ezra isn't giving up yet either. And Switch is just there, guys. This is an insane four-way battle for the lead.
Massive whip over that tabletop. That always wins points with me, but they're 1, 2, 3 right on each other right now.
And Switch is just there. The minute someone makes a mistake, Switch is going to be there to capitalize on it. Oh, Brock goes over the bars. He's tucked the front, and that's going to allow Switch into third place.
And Switch really made a comeback here. Wow, he came from, what was he?
From outside the top 10. Ezra, mistake. Oh, he cleans out Switch. Big crash
Switch
there.
back up. Kirby's.
Oh, and Kirby's down as well. Never mind, that's the wrong person, my guys, boys. That was Ezra. But at the moment, right now, guys, Kirby is just pulling away with this one right now. Which about to take the inside line. He puts a pass on Ezra and
Kirby
in the P2.
Kirby having troubles through the 10 Commandments. He looked like he went to triple in and he cased
Switch cartwheels through the commandments.
Let's go back and follow Ezra and Switch.
Ezra is back into P2 now. Brock has made his way back into P3. We've got the same places that we did before. All this last lap carnage that we've just had.
So the big question, like I said at the beginning of this, is all coming down to who is going to be the most consistent rider on this track tonight. Let's go through their top 10 right now. We've got Kirby out in front, Ezra in second, Brock third, Switch pulling back in fourth, Hype's fifth, TJ coming through in sixth, Lamp in seventh, Flimsy in eighth, Pluto in ninth, and Jenkins, my man racing in the Open Series with us, pulling in 10th. Now, Jenkins is actually, and I think he just made the pass to take on 9th place right there. Jenkins is actually pretty quick and consistent also. He was, I've got an Open Series that we were going through, and he was keeping up with them 450 guys on a 250, so he's definitely a contender, I think. The only question I've got, he's got 5 minutes or 6 minutes left, and he has to make a battle to get up front. He's taken one place, but I think for him, top...
Behind the leader.
Yeah, I think
there's a massive gap on the field. We have Hypes who's sitting in 5th, 10 seconds behind, and then we go to 23 seconds behind. They are putting a big gap on these top 5 right now.
They are. But look at that, 1, 2, 3 are right by each other, just waiting on Kirby to make a mistake here.
Ezra and Brock are putting on a fight. They are keeping Kirby honest, make sure see if he makes any mistakes.
The section right here, the 10 Commandments, that's where it's make or break for everybody. I didn't see anybody go down through there that time, but I do see Kirby putting a little bit of a gap there.
Brock was very quick through the commandments just then, putting it onto the back of Ezra.
Oh, look at that.
He's going to get ready to make the pass.
Let's follow this real quick, guys.
The top 4 have now put a 12-second lead on Switch back in 4th. And just like that, Hypes is on a move. Hypes is getting ready to make the pass on 4th on Switch.
Ezra's right up on Kirby's bumper right now, right up onto that tail. It's just little things. Like I said, this track's extremely rough. It's way rougher than it looks. And just like that, Ezra makes another mistake to extend that gap back out for Kirby.
And Brock's going to get the inside. No, he doesn't. Ezra scrubs over and closes the door. Oh, and Brock has a big mistake.
He saves it.
He just buries it in the sand. Track look like it is getting very brutal out there right now. D4 might be a little tiny bit too high,
Oh,
but it looks like
looks like
very
Ezra just
rough.
made the pass.
Ezra to the lead again. He is not giving up tonight.
All right, if I'm Ezra right now, I'm thinking ride safe, ride smart. You know, I'm way faster than these guys, but I keep losing the lead because of stuff like that right there, just getting put out of that rut because he's driving way too hard into it, and Ezra falls back to third.
And Kirby back to the lead again.
Ten
But
Commandments. Brock goes down in the Ten Commandments. That section right there is just detrimental. I think that's where we're seeing that gap go from, 1-4 all the way down to that 13, and actually 6 second gap between Curvy and Brock right now. But that's where that's happening, is those 10 commandments right there.
and
Is
look at
it's so
that. Ezra's
rough.
back onto the back of Kirby, getting ready to make a pass for the lead again. And where has Brock gone? Brock has dropped way back. He's
Yeah.
fallen back into the hands of Hypes for P3 battle. This track is getting very brutal, and we've still got another 2.5 minutes to go.
Ezra's sizing him up right now, trying to make the pass on Kirby, going over that tabletop, coming into the sand section. And he makes it. He
Oh,
cuts that front
he
off
cut
from
the
him
line
too.
off. Ezra isn't mucking around today. He really wants the Moto Gold in 258 today. He wants to start off his week very strong with a Moto win. The speed that these two are running, they have dropped 10 seconds on Brock in third now.
Oh,
Oh, and
down goes
cuts
Ezra.
in the
Same
same
exact
corner.
rut.
2 laps road. What is he
Same.
doing? He's throwing the race away.
And look at that,
Oh,
Kirby having
oh,
issues through those 10 commandments.
and Brock is back in it after 12 seconds, only 4 corners ago, and Brock's back in it again for Moto Gold.
Ezra makes the pass. Ezra took that outside line and still made the pass on Kirby through that section. That's crazy. That's just how hard he's pushing it into these corners.
These three are riding unreal right now. Nobody is going to be able to give these two a run for their money if it stays like this all week.
Cody, I'll tell you what, man, this is a real clinic. If you want to learn how to ride, or you like watching good, solid races, this is exactly what you tune in to watch. These guys have not given up this exact same. It's exchanged, but they've been on each other this whole moto.
Oh, I just look at the background and see Brock has tucked the front, and that's just going to give it back to Ezra and Kirby.
Yeah,
the
right
two that have
now,
stayed there the whole moto. These two have been battling it out all moto long.
30
It's been a long
seconds.
15-minute motos for these two.
Yeah, 30 seconds plus 2 laps. It's going to be 2
Well,
laps
2
plus
laps
this
to go.
one.
2 laps left in the tank. Let's see what they can do. Can Ezra hold off the charge from Kirby, because Kirby is not giving up.
Well, we're coming up to Ezra's favorite corner right here. Let's see how he holds in on it.
Just going to do a quick shout out to the top 10 with Ezra out front, Kirby in second, Brock in third, we have Switch in fourth, Pipes in fifth, Flumesy's running sixth, we've got TJ in seventh, Lampton eighth, we've got Pluto in ninth, and Jenkins has fallen back into the top 10 position. But it looks like Ezra changes his lineup in that corner that he crashed twice in. He's now just starting to put a gap on Kirby.
Yeah, right now with 2 laps to go, that man's thinking, all right, I've got the lead. I got to play it smart now. You keep making the mistakes, and that's
They're
just
also
putting you
getting
out
ready
of
to
it.
come into lap traffic, so they're going to have to be careful because they're coming into lap traffic very shortly.
It looks like lap traffic is just 2 corners away.
They're put 25 seconds on 4th place. They are absolutely flying right now, these three.
The lap
And here we
traffic
go,
goes
they've got
down.
lap off. Let's see if this is going to make it interesting. But from the looks of this right now, Ezra has pulled a clinic of a ride on at the moment and has started to pull the gap out on Kirby. Coming into this last lap, I don't think Kirby will be able to give Ezra a shot anymore.
I don't know, man. I'm preaching it tonight. Consistency is key, and as long as Ezra stays consistent, he's good. But he has consistently fallen, and that's kind of what's put him there. So I still think it's anybody's race. Last lap though, Ezra getting around that lapped rider.
That was a good lapper right there. He jumped straight out of the way, made sure he didn't jump in the battle of the 2 leaders. But as we see the gap is really starting to pull out with Ezra. I can't
Did
even
Curvy
see
go
Kirby
down?
behind.
I
Kirby's
think.
down to 3rd.
Yeah, I think
No
Curvy went
way.
down.
Kirby has thrown it down, and he's put it back to 3rd now. Brock is even in 2nd. At this point, Ezra's just got to cruise along. Make sure he's clean, no mistakes, and he's taking home Moto Gold today in Moto 1, guys. Brock is slowly putting the gap back in. I think Ezra's just sort of riding it in now as he's getting to the final stages of this moto. Looks like Brock's still putting on a charge. He will not give up.
Yeah, Cody, I think at this stage in it, there's half a lap left for these guys. They've got that podium position. We might see Kirby try with Brock here in a minute, but I think it's just holding on for that podium.
Exactly right.
This sand section, 1 corner to go.
Because
To the
it's a long
line.
week. A podium in Moto 1 is unreal. You've still got a chance at the national title. But last corner here, we have Ezra from 141 Racing crossing the finish line to get Moto Gold in 258 Moto number 1. What an unreal ride from Ezra. And Brock will come
Following up
across the
second.
line to get 2nd. And now we got Kirby.
That's
Kirby
our
just
lap
running
rider right
across.
there. Kirby coming
Kirby
in,
is coming
taking up
across the
3rd.
line. And we have
And that's
Hypes
Hypes.
finishing. Hypes ended up 4th. Hypes was very close at the end of that race.
Hypes was very close. I think cuts on the track kind of gave him that hard time. Flimsy coming up next, and Switch is coming around
What
the
happened
corner
to
here.
Switch? Switch was 4th on the last lap. Switch has had a very bad and unhealthy last lap to throw him down in the pack to end up 6th. TJ coming through the sand for the final time today. Oh, he almost front tucks. Coming into the last corner, TJ just wanted to ride it home, finish on the podium, finish outside the top 5. TJ will finish up 7th in Moto 1. Where do we have
Followed up
Lamp?
by
Lamp
Lamp
comes
here.
across. Lamp's in 9th.
Pluto coming through the sand section right now, followed up by Jenkins.
Pluto crosses the finish line for 9th. In Moto 1, Jenkins will come across to round out your top 10. And then we have Doggo and Nunley battling it out for 11th right now.
I was wondering who the Honda was. Ezra made another
Nunley
lap.
Looped out. Nunley loops out in the sand section, which is going to allow Doggo to come home safe and get P11. Doggo crosses the finish line for 11th. Nunley coming across now as well. And he will finish 12th. We've got
And
one other
Puma.
person, which is Puma.
Puma coming across the line, and that finishes off your race. Following Ezra off the gate.
And the gate is down at Loretta Lynn. Who's that with the hole? Who's that with going to the hole shot with?
Looks like Ezra.
It's Ezra mastering these Stasic hole shots. 2 from 2 now.
Oh,
and
and going down.
In his favorite corner.
In his favorite corner. That is now known as Ezra's corner.
Who do we have
Coming
out
in
front?
Ten
Is that
Commandments.
Oh, and our pick that we had for the top 3, Curvy, is in last.
Oh
Looks like
man.
he's had a horrible start to the race. And Hype's having issues in the commandments.
Who's that out front? Lamp, it looks like, is in second. Brock with Solitude Visuals is out front right now. The number 13 Honda racing machine.
EJ's unfortunately fallen back to last place. With Curvy, Curvy looks like he's struggling very, very hard on this 450.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we said at the beginning, man. These 450s are totally different animals. They've got so much more to them. It's not the 250s you could really play with, but it's like jumping.
Ezra is into last at the very back of the pack as well. All of our top 3 that we picked, Ezra, Hypes, and Kirby, are all the way at the very back of the pack. This is going to be for one interesting race.
It really is. I'm excited to watch them fight to the front or to see if Brock can keep a hold of this lead. He's already got up 3.5 seconds.
Brock is pulling away with this one.
Coming over the finish, our first lap, we've got Brock out front, followed by Lamp, Pluto, Curvy. Who else do we got? I don't know if mine reset or not, so I'm going to hold off until I know.
Kirby has made the way up to 4th. Ezra into 5th. Pipes come across the line 6th, and then Jenkins in 7th. So our top 3 that we had picked are on a move. Those 3 on a charge.
Yeah, but we got to see how solid it is, because we've already got, I mean, it's an 8-second lead or gap back, but at the same time, these riders are all still close.
Brock's
10 commandments.
Making issues in the commandments, though. Liv riding very solid, considering he, and Brock goes over the bars. And that's going to give Lamb an opportunity to take the lead.
Looks like Pluto, Kirby, and Ezra, all 3 in a battle back there right now for 3rd. Oh, Kirby just took Ezra for 3rd.
Lamb, after a struggle in the 250 race, he is now on a move, but he's making mistakes. And Kirby is right there. Kirby's ready
Brock
to
goes down. Our leader went down.
Makes the pass. Kirby's into 2nd, and he is charging. From where we are right now on track, he was last here a lap ago, and he is now into 2nd place, getting ready to make a pass. And Ezra is right there. I would not count Ezra out of this either. At the moment, though, Kirby is putting on a clinic of a ride.
And Brock going down just a second ago. He's right back up, and he's
Kirby
pushing it.
Swaps out in the sand, and he takes another guy out. I think he takes Pluto out. He takes Pluto out in the sand with him, and Hypes now coming across the finish line. He's now ahead of Hervey. Hypes into P3.
And here we go. Ezra 2nd place. Kirby 3rd. Hypes 4th. Our top 3 just went all the way from last back up to 1st. That's crazy. These guys just...
He's still riding very strong, though. He's got a decent little lead over Ezra right now.
Oh, Cody, we're coming in on the 10 Commandments. Let's see how this plays out. Looks like Brock gets through him super smooth.
Kirby coming into it now, but Brock is just nailing it right now. Pitch perfect Brock is. The way Brock's riding right now, if he keeps riding like this, I don't think anybody is going to catch him. He is mastering that 450 right now.
No, and like I said, he went down in the sand a minute ago, and everybody was right on him again. And he's just, since then, he's just kind of put it down and, you know, focused in on his ride and not worried about everybody else. And he seems to be just absolutely pushing it.
There's Ezra and Hypes is making a charge for Ezra.
Let's go back and take a look at this.
Wow, Brock is putting on a clinic of a ride. He's just riding away.
Ezra goes down.
And that's going to lead Hypes into 2nd.
Hypes takes 2nd place from him, yep.
Hypes is on a move. From someone that head grows too much and crashes a lot, he's riding very well. I guess it's the sheep shaggers coming out in him.
Sheep shagger.
Never mind.
Oh, and there was a mistake by Hypes that just gave it back to Ezra going through that corner.
Classic Hypes, classic Hypes.
Do you have an eye on lap times? Who's got the fastest lap time right now? Can you see that?
Give me a second, I will quickly check. With a few laps under the way, Brock is putting in a clinic of a ride, doing a 142.2. Hypes with your second fastest lap for 146. 4.5 seconds quicker is Brock. Brock is riding unbelievable right now.
Oh, and who is that? I think Hype's just hopped out of the rut going through Ezra's corner, coming into the Ten Commandments now. And it looks like
It's still
Ezra's
early.
made that gap.
We're only 7 minutes into this moto, but I'm starting to say I think it's looking pretty well over at this point, because with Brock is just riding unbelievable. 8 seconds.
Eight
Is the
second
gap at the
gap
moment.
in one lap. That's insane. He went from
He has
he,
20 seconds on Hypes, who's entering Story Lane.
now it looks like we might have a battle going on between Switch and Pluto back here in 5th place. One thing I do like seeing is making sure I'm watching all of them. No, this is Switch and Curvy. I'm sorry. Oh, and I take that back. Switch goes down right as we click into him.
Which is unfortunate to see, because I had high hopes for Switch to ride really well. Oh, Brock cartwheels in the sand section. But Curvy, he's 30 seconds back, and he was a top contender. With the way he was riding early on, I thought it was over. I thought he was coming from the back to win this one.
That's going to cut the gap down. Brock going down.
Yeah. Gap is
5
down to 4.5
seconds.
seconds. Brock is still holding very strong though. I haven't really seen many mistakes out of Brock. But with Ezra has insane speed, but he tends to have a few mistakes.
Well, here's the thing. We know Ezra's able to see how far back he is. And I mean, there's a
Yeah.
10-second gap right now between Ezra and Hypes. And then you've got another 5-second gap between Hypes and Kirby. So, in Ezra's mind, he needs to catch up to Brock. All he has to do is wait for him to make his mistake and ride smooth like he did that last moto. You know, and I think
Brock
he's
is
got
not
it.
making any mistakes at the moment though.
Yeah, that's where it's going to come down is, do you want to wait for him to make, he's only made 2 this whole moto and he's still out front. Do you want to wait on him to
Still got
make
it
that, or
closed
do you want
out.
to push it? And it looks like he's pushing and he's cut it down to 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5 seconds. From the looks of it right now, Ezra is trying to put a ride on right now. As you see Hypes in the background heading into Story Lane. Brock coming into the sand rollers. Just launching that wall jump. Brock just throwing a fat whip over the triple and launching it into the sand again. From the looks of it, Brock pulled out another second on Ezra.
Yeah, that's
But
what it
they
looks
just
like.
walking away from the top 3, almost 20 seconds over Hypes in 3rd. These two are just pulling away as the gap goes down to 19 seconds over Hypes.
Tell you what, this is starting to look like the last half of a lap coming in from that 250.
But they are riding unreal. I really would like to see Ezra mount a charge. This will make this one very interesting. But from the way this one looks, Brock, a tiny little mistake, I don't think anybody's going to catch him.
It looks like he got crossed up there. And he did. He actually making some mistakes going through the 10 Commandments here.
The mistakes in the commandments. But Ezra looks like he made mistakes as well, so he wasn't real good to capitalize on it. So this has been the issue with this whole race. Brock makes a mistake, Ezra makes a mistake.
It looks like Ezra's closed it down though. 2-second gap
2
between.
seconds is all we have. Ezra is on a move. After getting Moto Gold in 258, he wants it again in here in 48.
He's hungry, man.
Brock just launching that tabletop and landing over the single and just extending the gap again on Ezra. If I was Ezra, I'd be trying to look for that line that Brock is taking, because that line is very quick. But if we take a look back to our top 3, we've got Hypes still holding in 3rd. It's been a strong motor from Hypes. If I was Hypes, I'd be very happy to finish on the podium in this one, because these two out front are just flying. I don't think anybody's going to catch him. And then we've got Kirby, who I really thought was going to get Moto Gold in this one, but he's fallen back to 4. And then a long way back from Kirby, we have Lamp to round out the top 5. The gap that these guys have put on everyone is insane. They almost have a minute on 5th. The top 4 is riding unreal right now.
It's always entertaining to watch these. Like, even if there's not a battle, it's kind of like watching Jet Lawrence right now. He makes it look
Oh, Brock
absolutely
tucks the
effortless.
front big time.
There it is,
Ezra's
and
taking
Ezra's
the
right
lead.
there.
He's
Ezra
got to be
takes
a
it from him.
leader. With 2 minutes to go, Ezra takes the lead. What? Brock has led this whole moto 12 minutes he has been leading for. Oh, and he's over the bars in the commandments. Brock has thrown the win out the door. He's down again. He's just thrown it away.
And we've got Hypes coming up to the commandments right now. This is an opportunity for Hypes to take second.
Brock is just doing what he did on the 250. He's just throwing the race away.
Looks like a 6.5 second gap right now between Ezra and Brock. So Ezra's got a minute and a half
Ezra's
plus
running
2.
away with this now. Ezra was there, and then Brock just tried to push it into the corner too fast and just straight down. Oh, and Brock nearly goes down again. When the looks of this guys, Brock is just making mistakes and crashing left, right, and center. I think it's over now with just a minute to go plus 1 lap. I don't think it's going to change. 2 laps to go. I don't see it anymore. With how many mistakes Brock has been making just this last lap.
It looks like Brock's been taking the same lines. I think it's just the track's getting really beat down and worn out on him right now, and that's where they're coming from.
I think, and Ezra's swapping lines, which is what's making it interesting.
Ezra got crossed up a little bit. I think that was netcode, or he saved it, which would have been amazing as well. But I mean, this track is getting really rough on him right now. There's always that opportunity for exact same thing to happen again. And the gap was 6.5 seconds, and Brock's already dropped. It looks like 2 seconds. Yeah. So there's still an opportunity. There's still this lap plus 2.
Brock is on a charge. He doesn't want to give up on this one. She follows Brock too. Oh, and a big mistake. Oh, he slid out of that corner but rode out of it. Let's see if he makes in the same mistake in the commandments again. Now I think it's over now, guys. For a lap and a half to go. I don't see it happen anymore. He's just thrown it in the commandments.
Now we've got a battle brewing up right now between Curvy and Hypes, and Hypes goes down in the commandments.
He cartwheeled coming into the commandments. That's just a rookie error right there.
And Curvy taking that podium position.
Brock gets coat hanged by a tree.
Well, you hate to see that.
It's over now. Oh, it is really over now. We've got over a 10-second lead that Ezra has. With 1 lap coming into 1 lap to go.
Now I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and follow this battle going on right now for 3rd place between Curvy and Hypes. Hypes had it, kind of threw it away there going down on the 10 Commandments, and Curvy's kind of stomping off with it, but
it sucks to see. Oh, and Hypes cartwheels into the sand. Hypes just doing a classic Hypes, just throwing races away. He's always had a thing with that, and unfortunately it's happening again. But Ezra coming around to take the white flag. Ezra on your final lap. Ezra is putting on a clinic to start off his week at Loretta Lynn's, looking to take home Moto Gold and 450A as well as he just did it in 250A. This is incredible. They have a massive gap. They have over a minute on 5th place. What a clinic of a ride these guys are doing right now. And they're coming into lap traffic, which is Pluto they are lapping. Coming in commandments. Pluto moves out of the way. Thank you so much for that, Pluto.
Dude, that is the greatest.
And Switch in 8th. They're about to lap Switch as well. Wow, didn't see that coming. Also, as I look back in the background, Brock cartwheeled through the commandments and has given the gap now over 12 seconds.
Yeah, Brock and the commandments are just not getting along right now.
This keeps happening. Curvy's going to have a shot. Only 4 seconds. Curvy could make a charge for 2nd in this moto. Brock has thrown this one away. He led the whole way until a minute and a half to go and threw the lead away. Looks like Curvy's made a big mistake and fallen back into the hands of Hypes. But here we go. I'm going to follow Ezra to the finish line, coming out of the sand wall jump. hitting the last corner, throwing it over the triple, and just launching the wall jump into the sand. Ezra riding unreal.
This is entertaining to watch. It's like these guys lose no speed through this sand section. Final corner coming into the
Last corner,
coming
and
into the finish
Ezra
line.
taking Moto Gold again. The way he's riding, taking the win in 50A and 40A, I don't think anybody's going to be able to stop him this week, guys. He is riding unreal.
And look at
Bob
this,
coming from
Curvy is
behind, round
right.
out second.
Oh, I thought
Bob
that was
gets
Curvy. That was a
second, and
lapper.
Curvy was right. Yeah. Where is Curvy?
Curvy's coming through the last corner right now. That was
Now.
Switch holding it back in ninth.
Pluto and Switch there. Curvy rounding out your top three. The same top three that we had in 250A.
And Hypes. I wish somebody would love me as much as Hype loves the ground right now, because Hypes went down again, man, going through that sand section. But I tell you what, it was a great race. Oh, and there it is again.
Classic Hypes, just always crashing. Oh, look at that. Oh my god, I don't even think Hypes going to make it to the finish line, guys. Wow. From one lap ago, Hypes is in third and choked to that much.
Hypes is a huge Chase Sexton fan. And then Lampsco swapping up through the sand section, but he holds on to it.
Wow. Hypes nearly threw it all the way back to fifth to Lamb. That's not good. That's not good.
Lamb following through top
Jenkins,
5.
Who was in sixth as he jumps over the triple and getting ready to launch the wall jump into the sand.
Now Jenkins, I know, is not a fan of the 450, but he had an amazing moto. We didn't follow him as much as we probably could have, but I mean, rounding out top 6 in a national is crazy. Holding in your 6th place. TJ coming through the last corner.
Just behind him. And then to round out everyone else, we will have Pluto.
Pluto, I think, disconnected.
Pluto has DNF'd the race.
Oh, I hope that wasn't a run out of gas situation.
Alright, so now we're going to get kitted up and get ready to go back to 250B